I have an interesting work story to share with you, just to broaden our perspective or share our perspectives of women at the work floor and what we're dealing with, which is really important to talk about. So, yeah, at work, there was a big meeting that was organized every month. And by coincidence, every month that meeting was organized at the same exact day as my first day of my period. And it was horrible. My periods at the time were painful. I was cold. I wasn't feeling my most confident self because it's your first day. I think a lot of you women can relate to that. You just don't want to go and do anything. And it was a physical meeting where you had to do presentations. And so I had the option to work from home. So I did that, luckily, because I would be in pain. I wouldn't be able to do that physically. But I did have to do that presentation anyways. And, I did it. But it was uncomfortable, to be honest, to do these presentations with so much pain. And so I saw that in Spain or in South Korea. I saw that in Spain, the women were allowed to have at least one day where they didn't have to go work because of their menstrual cycle. And I thought that was a really good idea. So I discussed this with work, that maybe it would be an option to have for the women at the office to have this option of going through this pain and not feeling well, to have maybe one day off to come back to themselves and not go over their cycle of not feeling well and needing that rest, not overworking themselves. And so the thing I wanted to discuss was, unfortunately, it was a lady that told me that it was very relatable what I was going through, but that I should just try to work and do my best with a hot water bottle and, persevere through it. And it shocked me, really. And I was a bit disappointed to hear that from a fellow woman, because she had a voice and the power a little bit, at least, to try and make that difference, or ask more about this with other female colleagues. And to hear that was just disappointing. And I think we can learn from this situation that as women, let's stand up for our own rights. It is not normal to overwork and not stand up for our own nature. We are working against our own female cycle, and it's difficult. We have a drop of energy that is so impactful for us, and it's not healthy to work like that. But the bigger message I want to share with you is that I hope we as women can stand up for ourselves, with each other, understand each other, and stand up for what we really want, instead of waiting for validation on higher power or men. Not to create separation, but to create unity by standing up for ourselves and feeling good about ourselves. Because when we as women feel good about ourselves, we start taking care of ourselves. Imagine how beautiful the world can be even more. How much more positivity will exist, will be created. How much more beautiful our environments will be. And I don't want to bash anyone or focus on the other parties and other people. I want to bring back the focus to what our needs are, and that we don't need permission to want to be treated actually normally, in a humane way, in a womanly way. So, yeah, I think it's important to have a voice and find your voice. and speak your truth, even if you come across people that don't understand it yet. Even if it's maybe difficult to understand for other people, let's still stand up for ourselves as women. So, anyways, I think it's important. So, it's something I was contemplating about a little bit. Let me know what you think about this subject, because I think it's important to talk about, but in a loving way, in a positive way. So let me know in the comments below.